Ladies and gentlemen, we are live with the biggest event of the year, Blaze of Glory, coming to you from Buenos Aires, Argentina. Like the lax that I did there. We've got James Randolph here at the desk alongside myself, Alexandra Shaw, and it's been a whole season of CPW all coming down to tonight.
Absolutely everything coming down to the boiling point, starting off with this matchup. Emma Barkley, Lauren Osborne, friends turned enemies, coming to an end here tonight at the last episode of our season. It's going to be a barn burner in the outset of this show.
And of course, we saw back at our previous pay-per-view, Emma Barkley betray Lauren Osborne as she'd been attacked by this mystery, attacker for weeks, nearly a month. And then the attacker was revealed to be Emma herself. And tonight, Emma Barkley looks to prove that she is in nobody's shadow, that she is her own woman. She is the shadow that looms over this woman's division.
That is correct. Emma Barkley, the once, ray of sunshine that filled CPW with a bright white light, is now the shadow in the face of all of the women's division. She has transfixed herself into something unrecognizable to both herself and Lauren Osborne. And tonight, Lauren Osborne said she's going to put an end to that. But I don't know, judging by the look on her face, it's going to be a tall order.
Absolutely. And Emma, a lot of this comes from feeling like she's been in the shadow of Lauren Osborne. And it's difficult not to see why. Lauren Osborne, she's the former Women's World Champion. Many people consider her the greatest Women's World Champion we've had here in CPW. So you combine that with the fact that, Emma Barkley's yet to win the big one, yet to really get that big title shot. You've got to feel Lauren Osborne, she does cast a little bit of a shadow over Emma.
That is a very good point. Lauren Osborne has run the races, done the paces, been there, done it all. And Emma Barkley has felt like she's just been on the sidelines waiting for an opportunity. And like you said, for weeks and months, she took that opportunity. She attacked Lauren as a masked assailant, and now coming to face for almost the first time since then in an official match. This is going to be absolutely insanity. Huge punch out of the gate. What is the strategy here, Shaw?
Well, the strategy from Lauren Osborne is to hit fast, hit hard, and end this one quick. Emma Barkley able to escape. You can see her clutching that knee already. Lauren Osborne in firm control of this match, and there's a reason she's a former Women's World Champion. She's a fantastic competitor, but also, Emma Barkley, you just spent the last few months antagonizing this woman who was once your friend. Yeah, it seems she is out for blood here tonight as she goes to the outside looking for a weapon immediately.
Wait a minute, I didn't think there was going to be weapons involved in this matchup, but Leonard Seymour's letting them go. It's Blaze of Glory, and I guess they're going to have to pick the pieces up from the ashes here. Irish Whip Spinebuster.
As we go into the cover here off the opening match Spinebuster, what I'm actually hearing in my headpiece is that before this match was underway, General Manager Alex Clark allowed both these women to make this a no-holds-barred match, which means anything goes. It's all referee's discretion in there, as Leonard Seymour goes for an early cover, only a 1 count.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot more than that to keep either of these women down. Huge kick to the spine there. Lauren Osborne not slowing down at all. She knows what's at stake here. She said in previous weeks that it's her responsibility to put an end to this version of Emma Barkley. And we'll see if she can do it here tonight.
Now, goes for the chair shot. Lauren able to get out of the way. Not out of the way of that one, though.
And that was a doozy there, though.
As we see, though, goes for a kick to the back, disrupts whatever Emma was going for with the chair, not able to get out of the way with the punch. Emma Barkley now getting a chance to just sort of impose her will in this match. The brutality on display from this new version was once the California Dreamer.
Absolutely did become the California Nightmare.
See again going into the ground and pound, and this is, I think, where Emma wants to take it. I mean, Lauren Osborne, not much of a brawler. Yes, she's got some knee strikes in her arsenal as we see Emma go into the cover here. But as I was saying, she's not, the type that's going to stand and bang, as the MMA people call it. She's not going to stand there and throw punches with you. She's going to look for her moment for a well-placed knee strike. Emma Barkley right now kind of boxing her a little bit, kind of just keeping the strikes on, peppering her with these strikes, with these tags. And so far, it has done her quite well.
And that's what you've got to do against someone like Lauren Osborne. Because Lauren Osborne, we say it a lot, but she is the Welsh firecracker. She does have that fighting spirit. She's known for coming back at a moment's notice when her back is up against the wall, up against those ropes, so to speak. So you got to keep the pressure on, and this is one way to do it.
Now, went for something there, but Emma too quick with the equalizer. And it's right now Lauren Osborne in a very bad way. Able to go through with the tiaras, though. Connects with that double stomp. And Lauren Osborne may have just found herself an opening in this match. Fisherman suplex tosses Emma across the ring. You can see the Manami Toyota inspired gear, but it's Emma Barkley being the one to fly.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we see the dichotomy here in this matchup, the black versus white, good versus evil situation, pinfall.
Nearly able to steal one there was Barkley. Neither woman able to connect as they go for a drop kick and a punch respectively, but Barkley again with the strikes able to get in control and now showing off some of the strength that we know from her, able to connect with that, almost want to call it a helicopter spin.
Whatever you call it, she's going to apply it nonetheless. Got the equalizer in tow yet again and just gesturing, waiting for Lauren Osborne to get to her feet.
And another shot. And this is what Emma Barkley wants. She wants to not only beat Lauren Osborne, but take her out of the picture entirely. You can't have someone in your spotlight if they aren't even on the stage. And Lauren Osborne knows that's what's at stake. She knows that if Emma Barkley gets away in this match, she will end Lauren's career.
Absolutely. Wait a minute. On top of the sledgehammer, and now just going after another one of those implements. Emma, wait a minute. Coming with a ladder here. Emma Barkley outside and gets rocked by the ladder.
We're going to see plenty of weapons in play here tonight, both sanctioned and not. And Lauren Osborne, Emma Barkley, what a way for us to get started. Couldn't think of a better way myself as she connects with that boot to the head, laying Emma out on the ladder. And it seems Lauren's looking to use that equalizer herself, connecting multiple times with the sledgehammer.
And to see Lauren Osborne go to these depths is not something that I really expected. We've seen her get a little hardcore before as one of those shots from the sledgy hits again, but it's not something that she likes to do. It's a last resort.
Well, and especially you saw this match how she immediately started trying to take out the knees of of Emma Barkley did Osborne. You've got to feel this is more than just a match for her. This is personal, and we are seeing just how personal it is as this gets started. Osborne lining up Emma Barkley. Big chair shot to the head, and another one. Lauren Osborne just swinging for the fences with the iron.
Absolutely, and now setting up the chair in the corner yet again. And speaking of setting things up, ladders are coming into play in this matchup. What is Lauren Osborne going to do with this thing?
Well, so far, not much, as Emma Barkley sends her to the outside. Lauren Osborne able to hang on, not able to hang on after the drop kick, however. as Emma waits for Lauren to get to her feet. Lauren gets into the ring and gets caught with a sledgehammer right to the dome piece.
Absolutely right on the tip of the dome.
And to the cover. Leonard Seymour's got perfect view of the shoulders, but Lauren able to still have some fight left.
And Lauren's got to be out
up
on her feet, because after getting hit like that with a sledgehammer, no human can be in their right frame of mind or in good condition at all.
Now we see the kendo stick shots, but Lauren able to stay standing, able to fire back, and she is the one in control with the stick. These two going back and forth, has her up. Wait a second, Emma Barkley! Barkley driver! Into the cover. That might have just done it. Emma Barkley puts away Lauren Osborne and secures her spot in the light.
And I know that was conjecture earlier about maybe putting her on the injured list permanently, but I think after that one with the sledgehammer to the head, with that huge screwdriver-like maneuver, that Emma Barkley may have put Lauren Osborne out indefinitely.
Yeah, we're obviously going to have doctors check on her after this match, but a hellacious start to Blaze of Glory, and it's only going to get more and more just dangerous, more and more impactful throughout the night, and we are moving on to a match that has been a rivalry that went coast to coast here in CPW from the beginning of Season 1 to now. And when we say the beginning, we mean it. Episode 4, when this rivalry started between these two, and tonight they get a chance to finally settle the score. Morgan Sharp's had the advantage every time they faced so far. Can Mac finally come out on top?
You know, that's the question that everybody in the world is asking right now. But Shaw, I have to tell you, just going into this matchup, this 2 out of 3 falls, I have goosebumps right now. You're correct in saying that this has been all the way from episode 4. This is probably the highest stakes match that we may see tonight. And it's only the second one on the card. That means tonight is going to be a night like no other.
Absolutely. The blaze will only continue to burn brighter and brighter as the match goes on, as the night goes on, and as this match goes on. Honestly, as we go into next season, this show has been ablaze just with First Light. This whole season, we have seen the fire of CPW grow brighter and brighter. It is going to be a raging inferno the next time. By the next time I play scoring. Hell, it might even be a raging inferno by the end of tonight.
Absolutely. I think that's the right attitude, especially when you're looking at someone like Morgan Sharp, one of our top tier competitors here, making his way to the ring. And I'll tell you something, that is a future world heavyweight champion. You can mark my words.
I mean, he came damn close. When you look back, you know, at the match that we saw Ebac win to get his main event spot here tonight, who was the other person in that final 2? It was Morgan Sharp versus Ebac. And now, Morgan Sharp still made it to Blaze of Glory, but you've got to feel that getting that extra win is on his mind. He wants that title gold.
Yeah, that's certainly on the itinerary for Morgan Sharp next season. But I think right now, his goal is to put this feud away. Get the monkey off his back, so to speak, as McDaddy Furness makes his way to the ring with all of the ego in tow.
Well, you talked about a monkey on his back. I think Furness wants to get the Morgan off his Mac, if you know what I'm saying. McDaddy Furness, someone we have seen excel throughout this season. Tag team champion. We don't talk about what happened after that. And then the TV title reign we saw him have that possibly only ended because he had to defend against 5 other people at once. McDaddy Furness has been a sleeper pick for one of the competitors of the year. And he has a chance to finally move himself to that sort of next stage, that upper echelon of CPW by beating Morgan Sharp here tonight, because Morgan Sharp is the biggest sort of miss on his ledger.
Oh, for sure. And let me tell you that Blades of Glory was not going to be the last time we see the White Rose McDaddy Furness draped in gold. These two have a lot more to do, a lot more story to tell here in CPW, and it all begins right now.
As this one gets underway, these two, you're gonna probably see a lot of counters from these two as they're gonna know each other so well, inside and out. I didn't even notice in the entrance, McDaddy Furness almost mocking Morgan Sharp's entrance gear with the sort of cowboy-style pants.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, they know how to get into each other's skin. They know how to make all the insults hurt, even the subliminal ones. You know, that's just how well they know each other in the ring, out the ring. And just like
Morgan
that,
gets up to his feet. And again, this one's going to be very back and forth as we see the arm drag from Morgan connect. Goes for, I think he was going for a Shining Wizard, wasn't quite able to get it though.
absolutely. Now McDaddy Furness, Irish whipping a huge lariat.
Shades of Michael Young, another cowboy here in the CPW. Morgan Sharp and McDaddy Furness pulling out all the stops here on the biggest stage imaginable. As now Mac going to the outside. I think was looking for a little bit of a breather there.
Looking for some recalibration time, looking to strategize just a little bit. If there's one thing about McDaddy Furness, there's never any wasted time. There's always something to think about, always something to strategize with.
But Morgan connecting there with that combination backbreaker flatliner. And now it's Morgan being the one to take a little bit of a reprieve. Max sends him off the ropes, catches him again with the discus. This time going into the cover, lateral press, only a 1 count.
Absolutely hit him with the discus, said there's nothing left to discuss. But ladies and gentlemen, McDaddy Furness locking in the submission.
Has that arm trap crossface locked in. Morgan Sharp not able to get to the ropes. McDaddy Furness wisely putting his legs between him and Morgan. Morgan, though, putting his legs into the back of McDaddy Furness's skull. As now he runs in using Irish Whip, sends Mac over the top. Mac, though, connects with a forearm. And I'll say this about Mac. This is probably the best he has looked out of the starting gate against Morgan Sharp. As Morgan connects with the T-bone suplex.
Wait a minute.
We now see a ladder being introduced here. And now McDaddy Furness connects with the crossbody to the outside. And a knee strike here as McDaddy Furness in control once again. Morgan Sharp just has not been able to really get much going against McDaddy Furness. The referee letting this one go on the outside. Not making a count just yet. Knows how personal this one is to both men.
Absolutely. I think Leonard Seymour is ingrained in these rivalries just as much as, you know, the competitors that are in these rivalries. He knows what's at stake. He knows it's the last episode of the season.
Well, but also he knows that really a count-out fall for either of these men isn't going to fix anything between these two. This is about figuring out who's the best, no matter what. As now McDaddy Furness has a brain buster on the outside, yet there's something to be said about referees protecting the athlete. As now Morgan Sharp looking to go down to the outside here. But Mac catches him with almost a modified whisper in the wind there.
I've never known McDaddy Furness to be one to whisper. He's usually, you know, screaming from the rafters about how great he is. But right now he's actually backing it up in this match.
Yeah, no, this is the McDaddy Furness we've seen be, you know, a 2-time champion here in CPW. He's the one we've seen as we see him start to tear apart our Argentinian announce table. He's the one, you know, that we've seen be that damn good and back it up. It's just this is the first time we're seeing it against Morgan Sharp as he connects with that head kick.
And that kick may have looked ginger on camera, but let me tell you, there's power in Morgan Sharp's kicks, no matter how he gets you, how quick it looks, or how heavy it seems. And that's one way he's going to show you.
As now, though, knee strike to the head of Mac. Morgan Sharp, just a combination, lighting McDaddy Furness up. And now, half-hatch knee strikes has got Mac rocked. And now Morgan, I mean, I think he's seeing that the ref's just going to let this one go. Looking to use some weaponry as now, though, German suplex on the outside. Folds Morgan in half, but he gets right back up. And now connects with the neck breaker.
That is a huge amount of strength necessary to pull that off. Morgan Sharp is no small guy.
No, he's not. He's, maybe not as big as some of the giants we've seen before here in CPW, but he is definitely a sizable man. McDaddy Furness, though, able to toss him around like nothing, but right now he's the one being beaten pillar to post. Pile driver on the outside. As he goes to the cover.
On the outside here.
2. No, able to kick out this McDaddy Furness. And again, I am hearing from backstage, Alex Clark seeing that the ref's just going to let this one go, choosing to make this one falls count anywhere. Now, Morgan Sharp able to get into the ring, has a bat, not able to use it. Morgan Sharp gets to the behind McDaddy Furness. Mac shoots in the elbow. Neither of these men able to land a major hit. As Mac shoots him off the corner, goes behind, Snapdragon suplex. Nearly snaps him in half.
And Shaw, the symbolism of this bat, that bat is what, Morgan Sharp used to attack McDaddy Furness on episode 4 over and over and over again.
Like I said, coast to coast, all coming full circle for these two men as Morgan Sharp sent to the outside. McDaddy Furness looking for maybe to do a day at the cages, but Morgan coming back in. Handspring, pain leg kick, drops Mac. And right now, the member of the Blazing Renegades are doing a good job of keeping McDaddy Furness down, but not for long. Box office breaker. Into the cover to secure the first fall. Morgan Sharp, though, able to kick out.
What is it going to take just to get the first fall in this matchup?
As we now see just the weapon being used repeatedly. Morgan Sharp, exploder suplex. And we see Morgan calling back to his feet. I think Morgan's looking to risk it here. Up and over a tope con. Hello from Argentina.
I have no idea how you plan for a guy like Morgan Sharp. He's big, but he's fast. He can get you with kicks, and he can do things like that to the outside. McDaddy Furness is looking good right now, but he's got, a hell of an uphill battle here tonight because he's got to beat this man twice.
He absolutely does. A McDaddy Furness targeting the arm, maybe looking to use, targeting the arm to set up for, that submission hold, the pump and dump scheme, which, targets not just the head, but also the elbow and the arm.
Absolutely. If you don't immobilize that arm, you're not going to be able to lock in that submission correctly. McDaddy Furness
gets
hit
caught
with a bullseye.
Right on the money. And is that a bullseye win? Yes, it is. That's the first fall. And now McDaddy Furness not just has to beat Morgan Sharp, he has to beat him twice in a row. So Shining Wizard right to the top of the head of Morgan. McDaddy Furness now. These two battling over top of the ladder. Not looking good. Was going for a high noon. Not able to get it. Now Mac has Morgan preoccupied, looking for an equalizer to equal up the falls here. Connects with the shot to the gut.
And just the body rolling around on that ladder. It doesn't feel good in its own right, but getting hit with sledgehammer after sledgehammer shot, this is bad news here.
Now though, off the Irish whip, connects there. with the knee to the gut and the head kick, and now the bat being brought into play. Mac able to escape a horrible fake, connects with a lariat. And now gets caught though with the rolling line. And Morgan Sharp is just one big move away from ending this whole thing. McDaddy Furness though has him up on the shoulders, just tosses him to the outside. Jesus Christ.
I know we've seen a lot in this match, but that was uncalled for, let me tell you.
Well, referee let it see more in position, but it took him a bit too long there to get into the cover. That might have just done it though. As Mac sends Morgan into the ring. And Mac now has him hooked up again. Box office breaker, no. Instead, gets caught in an Alabama slam by Morgan Sharp. And now firing some rights. And I think cutting open the face of McDaddy Furness. As Mac has got him up. GTS turns him around. German suplex. Right on the back of his head.
I don't know, McDaddy Furness is 3 seconds away here, but he elects to go for the sledgehammer instead. That's how personal this is.
Shot though right to the face, right to the bridge of the nose. Still not enough to keep Morgan Sharp down. Now kick to the side by Morgan. Punch by Mac. Now Mac and Morgan malfunction at the junction. Catches him. Has the legs hooked, maybe thinking sharpshooter. And will Morgan force Mac to tap out here? No, Mac able to escape. And of course, with this being made into falls count anyway, the rope's meaningless in this one. But now Mac has the Fujiwara armbar locked in. Trying to get the submission victory on Morgan Sharp, but Morgan just no give.
And you got to give credit to Mac, for not giving up on this when he's already behind. He's really never beaten Morgan Sharp where it mattered, but he's still coming after Morgan.
He's never beaten him one-on-one. If you remember, the tag title reign of the Blazing Renegades was ended by Magnifico, and as now McDaddy Furness has the crossface locked in, Morgan Sharp doing the best that he can to escape, and it connects with a right. Looks like it connected in the throat of McDaddy Furness. And now, what else is there for Mac to do at this point? What weapons are left? What moves are left in the arsenal?
Just going after that bat yet again.
How do you keep down Morgan Sharp after all he's been through? Now, T-bone suplex on the outside. Morgan Sharp lifts him up. Mac fighting from underneath. Big right hand and a kick. McDaddy Furness. Package pile driver on the outside. Compressing the neck, but Morgan's right back up. Big right hands from Mac. He knows if that bat had made contact, it could have been all over. On the outside, knee to the head.
And if this is only the second match of the show, I shudder to think of what the rest of the show is going to look like as McDaddy Furness just right on the heel drops the sledgehammer.
But we see Morgan able to escape. The lariat jumps over it, and now neck drop driver connecting. Able to connect with some punches to the side of the head. And I just want to know, how many more matches is Alex Clark going to change the stipulation on? When we saw the past two, just because of how personal they are, get changed to no DQs on the fly. We've got a hell of a show coming up, a hell of an unpredictable show at that, as McDaddy Furness needs to try and block these barrage of strikes.
Absolutely, and to your point, I believe that, Alex Clark may not be in the greatest frame of mind right now. You have to think his son is going to be in an unsanctioned match here later tonight. in front of the Argentinian crowd, he's probably not thinking too much about the safety of these competitors.
Maybe not. But also, got to go big or go home. Snapdragon suplex. McDaddy Furness not the type that wants to go home with another loss to Morgan Sharp as he hooks that outside leg, but only a 2 count.
You see the frustration, in the body language of Mac Furness.
See these Mac trying to chase down Morgan. Now shot to the guts. McDaddy Furness doing everything he can to wear down Morgan Sharp. Morgan able to escape it, and now Truth or Consequences here. High noon! And it might be a 2-0 sweep for Morgan Sharp as the sun sets on another victory over McDaddy Furness.
Unbelievable. This is finally resolved here, hopefully so. Morgan Sharp gonna get his hat tipped in victory tonight.
And as we see Morgan Sharp, a big victory. The first of the 3 Blazing Renegades to compete here tonight. Will they go 3 for 3? Because if they do, we might be seeing some gold coming to the Renegades. And who knows, I don't think it'll be too long till we see gold coming to that man, Morgan Sharp.
Absolutely. All 3 of the Blazing Renegades competing in, as singles competitors here tonight. But right now we can, enjoy that victory because right now we have tag team contests coming our way.
That's the tag team titles on the line. Kingsman, the current CPW tag team champions, going up against Brute Force, the final CPW Origins Duos champions. And we've seen Brute Force, levy various attacks over the Kingsmen in the past few weeks. So tonight, we're going to be seeing who is truly the better team, the final team of Origins or the representing team of Uproar. And to make sure this one goes the distance, it's going to be elimination style.
Absolutely. We've seen in previous weeks there's been 2-on-1 attacks across the board at the hands, on both sides actually, at the hands of Brute Force and the Kingsmen. Now we're going to see them have that little bit of an advantage in this match once again. But what side is going to get that advantage? We'll find out in just a few moments.
I mean, listen, you might look at Jay Turner and Justice Payne and say, well, when it comes to a gang-style beating, they might be a bit more, able to do that. I mean, just look at them. They're brutal. They're grungy. They're definitely the type of people you don't want to run into in an alleyway.
Absolutely not. You hear the theme music coming into that Brown Sabbath. They're ready for war. And let me tell you, we've seen them go the distance before. We've seen them hold, gold here in CPW. We know that they can do it. The question is, how violent are they willing to get on this instance in order to get there?
Yet on the other side of it, a team that if you looked at them, you might not think they'd be willing to get violent, but violent they have gotten. We have seen them no DQ matches, elimination matches, war games matches. These men have done it all.
Absolutely, but when you're the Kingsmen, you gotta be willing to get a little dirty. You gotta be willing to do what others will not do. And they have shown us that all season long, and that is exactly why they're wearing those orange straps around their waist.
They are. And listen, we've seen a tag team renaissance as of late here in CPW. These men being, part of the forefront of it.
Absolutely. Wearing the banner of the tag team division here in CPW, especially after, we had a little bit of a tag team desert in CPW towards the beginning of the season. To now finally have it develop, it means so much more to be the top dogs in this division.
Of course, as we get ready for this one, Both teams know what's at stake. The first of 4 title matches here tonight. If you missed First Light, you'd miss Dan Darnester retaining the the Heritage Championship. My apologies. Against Nova Matthews. Tonight, the Kingsmen look to do the same in retaining their titles. This will be their second official defense of those tag team championships. Tonight they look to walk out, still the tag team champions. As they hand over the belt to Loretta Seymour, who has drawn the assignment for this match's proceedings. That is what it's all about. Brute Force looking to become champions after never officially losing their titles. And Kingsmen looking to keep the crowns firmly on their head. 30-minute time limit. Kingsmen know all about working within the time limit as this one gets underway.
Absolutely, quite a long time limit in this match, but we want to make sure that they go the distance here in this one.
Now Doc Wesley Jr. able to escape out behind with the neckbreaker. Doc Wesley Jr., a seasoned tag team competitor, as is Johnny Gemini. Gemini immediately has him hooked up. True Gemini driver. This one might be an early elimination. 2. No, able to kick out.
And he can hit that from anywhere at any moment.
We see the backdrop driver connecting, and now Johnny Gemini get a bit of posing in, a little bit of flexing on the competition, but gets caught with the headbutt.
And we talk about things being personal, but that's just a measure of how personal this is. He wants to focus on the outside man.
We'll focus on him. He has, as now back suplex onto the apron.
Might be able to get a hot tag here. Justice Payne getting his opportunity.
Yeah, Justice Payne now in the matchup. And you've got to feel, I mean, I believe he's the one we saw in handicap action against the Kingsmen on Uproar.
That is the case. That was in retribution of the attack they orchestrated. Wait a minute.
Goes into an early cover.
Driving the face. Not able to get it. Driving that face into the mat, though. Sorry to cut you off, Shaw. Just came out of nowhere.
Wait a second. And we see the allegiances of Brute Force to the Parliament of Darkness. Truly, Alex Clark has lost a step here if he is allowing stuff like this here in the ranks of CPW.
Definitely something going on inside of management.
Perhaps the Parliament, perhaps Peter England infiltrating the ranks of CPW, but regardless, right now Dr. Wesley Jr. in a bad way.
And a huge modified wheel kick there. That was incredible. Just the vertical leap on that one.
Johnny Gemini brought back into the match. As he tries to go for something there, malfunction at the junction will stop him. Johnny Gemini sent off the ropes. Big punch to the gut, has him rocked. And now turned around. Rainmaker takes him to the ground.
And I just want to remind the folks watching at home that Brute Force came across, quite abruptly. They originated as a ragtag team, just thrown together to get the tag team division kind of ramped up on the Origin show, which is now laid to rest, but they were able to stick it out and have success here on Uproar.
Yes, as now Dr. Wesley Jr. gets tagged into the match. Brute Force looking to make the tag as well. Able to get it.
And Shaw, what do you think the differences are, between a tag that's just thrown together and a tag that chooses each other?
I think there's a little bit of a little bit less trust, but also I think that means both the men are going to give everything they've got when they're in the ring because they don't know if the other person's going to pick up their end of the slack. But here we see the tag team synergy of the Kingsmen. Neither man needing to, bend the rules at all for them to get some double team action. And now Johnny Gemini looking to give some pain here as he repeatedly stomps in the back of the head.
Absolutely. Justice Pain on the outside, but, Jay Turner just in pain on the inside.
Oh, but now Jay Turner turns him around, has him hooked up. Hi, Turner! Might just turn the tides in the favor of brute force into the cover, but only, not even a 1 count before Dr. Wrestling Jr. got in to break that one up.
And Doc Wrestling Jr. coming in like a flash of lightning here in Argentina. I feel like this one is definitely going to go the distance. Hell, with the breakups that we're probably going to see throughout this match, it might go into, a time limit draw here.
We've seen that with the Kingsmen before. Earlier, though, when they were challenging, don't think they want it again, but now Shades of Maverick Dallas release powerbomb by Johnny Gemini as he talks some trash to his tag partner and goes for the dive. Base Johnny G on display.
And that's really what you have to be when you're at the end of the season. You want to go out as champions, but you also want to give these international crowds exactly what they came to see.
Oh, but now on the outside, Jay Turner with the brain buster.
Tilting that one on the access, giving it a little bit of a spin there as well. Putting it back in the ring. Sorry to cut you off, Shaw.
No, fine is, but now calls up to his feet, gets caught with the elbow strike. Into the cover goes Gemini. 2, only a 2 count, and you saw Justice Pain looking to get in at the last second there to save his partner, but wasn't needed. Now Jay Turner sends Johnny Gemini off the rope, sling blade, takes down Gemini.
And I think that might be some of the differences between a team like the Kingsmen and a team like Brute Force. We saw the urgency in which, Doc Wrestling Jr. came into the ring to break up a pin, but Justice Pain didn't have that same, urgency when he came in.
See the backdrop driver from Johnny Gemini. Oh, may not be in the team, but definitely a walker of the King's Road, that style of wrestling. But right now, he's getting dog-walked by these strikes from Justice Pain. Goes for the spinning back fist, not quite able to get it. And now, huge knee right to the back of the head. That is concussion territory there for Johnny Gemini. And now, another knee to the head. Jesus. Gemini desperately needs a tag after those 2 knees. He is on Dream Street right now. I don't even think he knows where he is.
Luckily, if he is concussed, which is likely the case, he's got the sunglasses already for that light sensitivity. But let me tell you right now that this is no laughing matter. The champs are in, uncharted territory here as Brute Force picking up momentum. And just as I say that, the commentator's curse strikes yet again.
Dr. Wrestling Jr. doing his best. I think Dr. Wrestling Jr., this is where we're going to see him possibly try and take a brunt of the force, no pun intended here, from Brute Force, as he knows Johnny Gemini is definitely going to be out of sorts for a bit. That knee strike, lifting knee right to the back of the head, one of the most brutal things I've seen in a minute.
Absolutely, not just about the move, but about positioning as well. And DWJ fighting his way out of the corner. Talk about wanting to get into great position right in the middle of the ring there. Snapdragon suplex. Revving up the engines. Wait a minute.
Goes around. Connects. Has the Fujiwara armbar locked in. Might be looking for an early submission, but no. As in comes Jay Turner. Goes for general anesthesia. Not able to get it. So suplex connects. And now it's Dr. Wrestler Jr. finding himself in need of a tag to Johnny Gemini. And in comes Gemini, maybe looking for some revenge against Justice Pain, but he gets scooped up. No, gets out at the back, does Gemini, goes behind, German suplex into the corner. But Pain's right back up. Big punch. Gemini knows he's going to need to do something big to keep Pain down. Elbow shot, but the punch from Dr. Wrestler Jr. has him locked.
We're talking about Gemini needing to do something big here. I'm just surprised he's still standing.
Well, and I think you notice in that big flurry of strikes, he did not go for the spinning back fist. As it was that back fist that sort of opened him up to the knee to the back of the head. You've got to wonder if maybe Gemini has decided it's not in his arsenal from now on. As Dr. Wrestler Jr. back into the ring not too long after, it seems Gemini might only be in for short sprints as this one continues.
Well, you know, with a tag team like the Kingsmen, those quick tags are exactly what you want to see. It's smart tag team wrestling. They're still able to orchestrate their attack.
Well,
but
I don't think
wait
this
a
is
minute.
too smart. As Johnny Gemini, okay, thinking better of it, thank God. Instead, going after Jay Turner. You want to talk about turning the tides? That might have just done it.
Absolutely, turning the tides, crushing their spines, whatever way you want to call it.
Now Jay Turner still out on the outside. Johnny Gemini has him. Half and half in the back of the head. And Justice Pain still getting up. Gets brought into the corner. Back elbow, but a punch from Dr. Wrestler Jr. He's just not able to handle the numbers game. Another half and half. And finally, Pain stays down. Gets brought up to his feet from Gemini. Big forearm. Has him in the corner. Now just sort of decalibrating him.
Yeah, just mind games here, it looks like.
Repeated turnarounds in the corner. Justice Pain having enough of the pizza roll instead gets up to his feet. Now these two just boxing with strikes. True Gemini driver into the corner.
Do it.
But Jay Turner connects with the kick to the head. What a match so far. We're not even halfway through the allotted time. 12 minutes pass. And now, the chops from Johnny Gemini again walking that King's Road. And a little punch to the jaw for good measure.
Wait a minute. The concussion coming into play, it seems.
But the lariat connects all the same. Into the cover off the big Hansen-style lariat, but another shot to the back of the head by Jay Turner.
Looking for something big here, setting it up.
The 36th chamber, the lead up to the true Gemini driver, not able to get it though. Instead gets caught, kick to the gut. Justice Pain with his own variation of the burning hammer into that cover, but not able to get the win off of it. Now he lifts up Johnny Gemini. And Justice Pain, I think, calling for the end as he gets him in enemy territory. Tags in Jay Turner.
Tag team wrestling in spades here tonight. Double shoulder block.
Both men taking Johnny Gemini to the ground. Gemini sent into the corner by Turner.
And if you're going to, double team somebody in this match, it's got to be Gemini because he's the most worn down out of the two. Wait a minute here.
Bulldog off the top. Driving him head first into the mat. Jay Turner goes into the cover, but Dr. Wrestler Jr. there to break it up.
But the tides may shift.
You could hear the seeds are calling. You could hear the tides are turning. No! Straight left jab from Gemini. Bringing him into the corner. Needs that tag to Dr. Wrestler Jr. Makes it. What's he got in mind here? Big glide. Big clothesline out of the corner. Shades of Vader there. Now forearm shot from Dr. Wrestler Jr. Goes for a kick to the gut. Knee strike into the poison rod. General anesthesia connects. but not able to follow up as he goes to the outside, or maybe he can! Tornillo takes out Jay Turner.
Failing to hear, looking to take out that lower extremity. The leg has been targeted now here on the outside. Wait a minute!
And Rana takes down Jay Turner as we approach the halfway point of this match's allotted time with no man eliminated thus far. Dr. Weston Jr. tags in Johnny Gemini. Now just breaking the guard does Jay Turner. Gets caught though, half and half on the back of his head. Jay Turner still trying to struggle to his feet. A big right hand takes him down. Justice Payne's in though. Able to break it up. And now Kawada kicks from Gemini. And another half and half. How many times is he gonna drop him on the back of his head?
I thought he was looking to get up on that top turnbuckle for the witness, but it looks like going for the tag here.
Now, I think it's Doc's turn. Almost a variation of the half and half face buster. And then we see Justice Payne able to break it up. Sends to the outside. Johnny Gemini, but gets caught with a back of the head strike of his own. Now Jay Turner gets behind, was looking for the tie. Turner not able to get it. These two going back and forth. Repeated strikes, all for the tag team titles. Jay Turner sends Dr. Weston Jr. off the ropes. Ducks down. Goes to catch him, but a little too fast. Backhand!
Wait a minute!
Up top! Clear that surgery table! Open heart surgery! Into the cover! 2! Jay Turner's out of the match.
And we saw on the outside, Johnny Gemini was keeping Justice Payne busy and occupied. And now, just like a few weeks ago, the team of the Kingsmen has Justice Payne on the back foot here. He's in control now, but this is a bad look if you're one half of brute force right now.
Well, if you're gonna be this far behind, you gotta turn to the dark arts. As the move of Peter England, the Prime Minister of the Parliament of Darkness, being used on Dr. Wrestling Jr. You've got to feel Justice Payne needs to pull out all the stops in this one.
Absolutely. Standing Spanish fly on the barely padded concrete. I hear the concrete padding is even thinner here in Argentina because they didn't even want to put any down in the first place.
Just to cover up wires to make sure our headsets work, to make sure the cameras here at ringside work properly. But besides that, they don't really serve a functional purpose for keeping the competitors safe. And Johnny Gemini has seemed to lost all functional purpose of keeping himself safe. Dropkick connects, but he lands face first on the steps. I hope it's worth it for him. Now Kawada kicks again, busting open Justice Payne, sent into the ring. And this might be about to be all she wrote for brute force.
Well, looks like DWJ wants to take care of business here.
Well, he sees the cut on the head. And any good doctor would see that and administer some general anesthesia. But Justice Payne slips out behind. Backbreaker. This could be his one shot to get back into the match. And a shot to the jaw. Into the cover. Hooks that outside leg. But it's not enough. You can see right along the scalp line, right along the hairline is where he's cut open because of those Kawada kicks.
You see Justice trying to take out Gemini as well. He could be planning his next fall in this match.
I mean, Dr. Weston Jr. is down on the outside. He's got some time to take out the other competitor. And Dr. Weston Jr. checking in on Gemini. You can see the welts forming on the chest of all competitors in this one. And here's the thing, if this one does go to a time limit draw at this point, the Kingsmen get the advantage. They have a fall over Brute Force. Brute Force does not. Justice Pain has 11 minutes to get at least one fall in this matchup if he wants to, at minimum, get a draw.
Absolutely. You've heard of 7 minutes in heaven for Justice Pain. This is 11 minutes in hell.
Well, it's what he deserves for using dark moves like he has been using, but regardless, those half-patch knee strikes again, and here's the thing, first fall, pinfalls or submission does not necessarily negate Champion's advantage. If he gets a counter here against Dr. Wrestling Jr., he just needs a pinfall or submission against Johnny Gemini. But Gemini was going for something there. Dr. Wrestling Jr. saving his partner. And now the tag in. And what's he got in mind here? Using him as a weapon! Shoulder tackle connects. And Gemini now lifting him up. Jawbreaker though from Justice Pain. Huge knee strike again. Rocks the jaw of Gemini. And now lifting him up. Has him up on the shoulders. Nerve damage. Hooks the outside leg, traps the arm, but Dr. Wrestling Jr. in to make the save. 10 minutes to go.
Well, nerve damage or not, Johnny Gemini may have some brain damage after this one because his egg has been scrambled pillar to post all match long.
Justice Pain takes him down to the outside and now takes down Dr. Wrestling Jr. He controls the ring, for lack of a better term. Gemini, though, smart tag wrestling, waiting for Dr. Wrestling Jr. to get back into this one before he engages. And now, true Gemini driver connects on Justice Pain. Is that finally enough to win the titles? Yes, it is! The Kingsmen defend for a second time here tonight those CPW Tag Team Championships of the world. And I think that puts them on track to be the greatest tag team in CPW history. The only team with as many defenses is the Asylum. And now with one more defense rather, we will see the Kingsmen put themselves into the history books.
Absolutely, and you have to think some teams, when they lose the belts, they dissolve, but I don't think that is happening with this team at all, and they're not even on track to lose these belts anytime soon. They are definitely a team apart here in CPW.
Absolutely. What a match. Our first of 4 championship contests for tonight's proceedings. But what's up next is not about championships. It's not even about contenderships. It's about 4 women wanting to absolutely brutalize each other.
Absolutely. You know, this is a fatal 4-way monsters ball, and all of these women have a bone to pick with the other. They have been locked and sequestered in a room for 24 hours. No light, no food. They're crazed maniacs going into this one, so the violence is going to get ramped up even higher than before. And put your kids away if they're watching right now, because they're going to have nightmares after this one.
The Monsters Ball stipulation brought back to CPW, or brought into CPW, should I say, by this woman right here. I mean, sort of all the way back at Ultimatum, where all of this started. Where Selena Adams would go into Monsters Ball against Max Wheeler, and afterwards Hisano would make herself known, attacking Selena Adams. And from there, it has spiraled for month after month to the point of insanity. To the point that Selena lost her eye to Cammy B earlier, a couple months ago. All of this has gone far beyond the point of no return. And Selena is the one captaining the ship almost. Like, she's the one driving this full force into hell.
Absolutely. And you know what? I want to just acknowledge something here. Selena Adams has gone through Monsters Ball here in CPW before. She went head-to-head with Max Wheeler, and she came out of Monsters Ball looking stronger than ever. Of course, along the way, she lost some vision in that eye, but Max Wheeler just hasn't been the same since Monsters Ball with Selena Adams, and Selena Adams has seemed to have the inverse effect on her.
Yeah, it seems like Selena Adams... Well, I'll say this. She seems cool, calm, and collected right now, but it has definitely not been the Selena Adams we have seen over the past few weeks. One can only tell, or one can only ask to tell, what is going on in her mind.
Absolutely. And Cammy B making her way to the ring. Somebody that's going to escalate this violence. Somebody that is going to make sure that this gets as violent as possible in this fatal four-way.
Well, and Cammy B, someone who... I mean, she's the one that gave Selena that scar over her eye. She's the one that had beat Hisano in the past, actually at Ultimatum, in the steel cage. And she's the one that poked the proverbial bear with our fourth competitor in this match. Cammy B has brought the violence, and she's the reason that, you know, some of these competitors have an axe to grind. But tonight, it's going to be about if she can, you know, keep it up. If she can bring herself to that next step.
For sure. And we talk about, you know, the poking and prodding and inserting herself into situations. Sometimes, Shaw, you have to remember that when you pound on steel, you just temper it further. So all of these competitors that she's going into this matchup with have become stronger as part of her just involving herself in their lives.
Cammy B makes her way to the CPW ring. We move on to someone who also has quite a bit of history with these competitors. Hisano. Win over Selena Adams, yet to get a win over Cammy B. But someone who is looking to re-find the monster inside. Tonight, she stares into the abyss. Although the sunglasses may hide her eyes, it is her performance tonight that will determine whether or not she blinks.
Absolutely, and it's a performance tonight, whether or not, you know, people remember Hisano, whether she's just a blank in the history book of CPW. She needs a career-defining performance somewhere near, because we've seen her on the back foot as of late.
Absolutely, we have.
When it comes to attacking and all that jazz, she is right on the money, but when it comes to winning inside of the ring, she hasn't had the luck that she's been hoping for.
But now, speaking of attack, speaking about brutality in the ring, this woman right here, Jack Caffey, making their way down to the ring. And here's the thing, this isn't necessarily as personal for them as it is for the others, but they've definitely pissed a lot of people off, and they're looking to prove themselves as the new monster here in CPW.
That is definitely the case. You know, Jack Caffey may not have the longest history in CPW, but she damn sure has the loudest mouth, and she'll let you know that she is in fact the very best, you know, at least coming from her. And tonight is the opportunity to prove that.
See, you know, seems kind of relaxed, seems sort of carefree going into this one. Doesn't seem like the time in isolation has bothered her all that much. But we'll see truly how much it has affected each competitor once this one gets underway.
That is precisely the point here, I think. I think especially when you don't feel you need friends, when you don't feel like you want the companionship of other individuals in your life aside from your family, perhaps, you're not going to feel the effects of isolation as much.
These 4 women all getting started. Monsters Ball has begun. And you see he's immediately going after Selena. What I would expect from this matchup, to be completely honest with you, as these two definitely have the most history, been essentially feuding with each other since Ultimatum.
Absolutely.
Say the same for Hisano and Cammy B as well.
And we did see most recently, we saw Jack Caffey and Cammy B fighting on the outside of the ring on the most recent Uproar episode. And I think there's some unfinished business to be taken care of here tonight.
Cammy B blames Selena for the loss of her woman's title. Selena Adams blames Cammy B for the loss of her vision in one of her eyes. So, you know, equal issues. We see just the brutality spilling onto the outside. And we see it, the first cover of the match. Only a 1 count.
And this match, like many of the others here tonight, is elimination. So not only do they have to get 1 pinfall, they have to be the last woman standing in this match.
And for a match as personal as this, it makes sense. I mean, you look at all 4 of these women, all of them with an axe to grind. I don't think any of them would be satisfied unless they're the last one standing. Now on the other side, we see
definitely
Selena
has. Go ahead, Shaw. Sorry to cut you off. I was going to say. Go ahead, Shaw. God damn it.
Look, it's these who have been in, you know, a locked room for 24 hours. We've been at this desk for what, an hour and a half at point. Regardless, Selena Adams and Hisano have not been able to keep their hands off of each other since this match began. We know just how personal this one has become, and we see the Chimera Plex on the other side of the ring. And now the Selena Plex onto the head of Hisano. And you've got to feel this one, even if the furniture hasn't been brought in as much, it has definitely been brutal, to say the least. A lot of people getting dumped on their heads and a huge dive to the outside accompanying. And now,
absolutely, and you know, one of the things about this.
Regardless, Hisano connects with a knee to the head, shades of the hit. Like you said, it's elimination, it's falls count anywhere, a bit of a modified version of the original. Oh, wait a second, DTA, I was going to say the original Monsters Ball. Into the cover, though, goes Selena Adams. And nearly the DTA put the 1-2-3 to nearly eliminate Hisano. You see Selena calling forward her new opponent, so to speak, as if to tell her to bring it on.
I enjoyed your enunciation on all of that, and I just wanted to say the landscape of this, weapons and all, you know, the last woman standing at this match is definitely a shoe-in for the #1 contender of whoever holds the women's belt here tonight.
Well, if we also very well could be, we also don't know what is in that unique opportunity briefcase that was won by Emmy Amber earlier on First Light, as well as Emma Barkley with a huge statement win over Lauren Osborne. The women's division heating up, to say the least, with challengers. Whoever wins this, chief among them, as now Selena Adams on the outside, goes for the Tiger Driver, but he's now able to counter it. Now, spine buster from Jack. Hisano going after Jack Caffey. Looking to show she's still the main monster here in CPW. And now Selena Adams looking to get a little bit of space perhaps between her and the others. Hisano down on the mat here.
Selena finding
into the
time
steps
for cardio here in this matchup all the way around the ring.
And for having no food or water for 24 hours, a hell of a showcase of cardio. As now the hit connects from Hisano into the cover. But not enough just yet. On the other side, though, Tiger Driver, 98. Into the cover to pin Cammy B. And she's out of here. And now Hisano has Selena sent into that barricade.
You never thought that, Cammy B would have assumed she'd be leaving Blades of Glory as a loser. None of these women do, but Hisano just pegging Selena Adams in the face.
Now Selena Adams, face buster there to Hisano on the outside. And now going after the other knee of Jack Caffey. See a bit of a brace on the knee not targeted. Hisano sent into the ring.
It's not always about the leg that you target. Sometimes when you target the opposite leg, all of the pressure is put onto that leg that does have the injury. So it's effective nonetheless. Huge power slam there.
Big power slam, but now back and forth punches. Knee strike to Jack Caffey, has her rocked. Selena sends Hisano into the corner. I think looking for a weapon here on the outside of the ring. The equalizer, evening up the size between her and the other competitors in this match. Gets caught, no, kick to the gut. Sends her off the ropes. Goes through, swinging neck breaker connects. We see her pulling at that arm, trying to soften it up perhaps for the Selena sunset. Target the knee for that same purpose. Now though, Hisano swinging in with the bat. Another shot right to the forehead of Selena. Selena sends Hisano to the outside, looks to join her, this time though on the other side of the ring. Giving herself a bit of a breather from the other two women.
Wait a minute.
Jack Caffey has her hooked up, looking for the Selena sunset. Has elected but able to escape immediately. It gets caught with the bat, does Selena. Selena fighting though. DTA. Turns him out, Jack Caffey. DTA. Hands them out like they're goddamn candy. Into the cover. And that's a fall.
Both falls in this match so far have been Selena Adams.
Will she get the hat trick? And this is its ending, just how it began. Hisano, Selena Adams. This could only be the way that it ends. Super kick, another. Selena wasting no time. Now over the chops, goes for the kick again, gets caught with a kick to the gut, DDT onto the padded concrete, into the cover, Loretta Seymour going into the fall. 2, no.
But only 2. Ladies and gentlemen, this is absolute insanity. Hisano setting up for something big here.
Huge toss.
And I think Selena Adams may have hit the edge of those steps there.
Into the cover. Is that enough to finally put Selena away? No. And here's the thing. Between these two one-on-one, the score is tied. This will see who's truly the better competitor. DTA connects again. Into the cover. 1, 2. No! Hisano able to survive. But looking for the final shot. Looking to put the punctuation mark on this match. Hooks the arms. She could do anything from this position, but she gets caught. Alabama slam. And Hisano has Selena in her sights to finally put away the hit. Into the cover. And the Yakuza's #1. Does that end the match? What? Calling Selena to her feet, but Selena's dead weight.
She's out like a light.
Oh, wait. Able to escape. Lariato! And now, kick to the gut of Hisano. And another. Selena Adams needs to do something to put this one away. Now Selena gets up to her feet. Tries to shoot in for a takedown, not able to get it. Lariat again! To go to where the concrete is no longer padded. To where it's just all exposed. Selena Adams turning her around. Looking to send her into the barricade. Curb stop! On the concrete. No padding to speak of. I think looking for it again. Selena Adams has lost it. Another curb stop.
Landing on one of those legs of the barricade. This is an unbelievable show of just violence. Wait a minute. Holy shit.
Shades of Marcus Corvan, a Monsters Ball competitor of the past. He's doing her homework. And now tosses it down onto the metal plating.
That's definitely the most violent hip toss I've ever seen. And now,
where is she going?
The ring.
What are you doing? Oh, she saw it. How this started was with a Singapore cane, but they see the shot of ecstasy from Selena Adams. And now forearm. These two women have given it everything they've got. They're running on empty now.
Absolutely.
Elbow to the back of the head. But Hisano's right back up. Bounce.
Nearly sent her into the first row.
Cover. That's gotta be it.
Yeah, 2.
No. Oh my God. Hisano, Selena. I don't know how either of them are able to stand, assisted by barricade or not. Able to shoot in the elbow. These two just trading strikes. Uranage on the outside. And
thought she was going to go for that cane there, but
I think she's trying to get a little bit of distance between her and Selena, getting herself a breather. Now though, Selena goes for the lariat, but we see Hisano caught it with a kick on the way down. Selena though connects with an elbow shot to the gut. DTA! And she knows that's not enough. And the kendo stick. The Singapore cane.
Break it in half.
Connecting over and over. Selena Adams refusing to let Hisano back into this match, but Hisano finds a way.
Just attacking the ribs and ragdolling Selena Adams. Pinfall here.
That might have just done it.
2.
No. And the frustration setting in for Hisano. What the hell is it going to take? I took an arm drag to beat her last time. And it's taking so much more. Scoop and slam. No. Sneaks out behind. Kick to the gut. Catches a kick of her own to Selena. Rights and lefts. Catches her. Kick to the side of the head. And Hisano goes for it again. Not able to get it. Selena just trips her. Ground and pound with the strikes.
Absolutely double leg takedown, just all it took. But wait a minute, is that all she wrote?
Fourth and fatal. No, she refuses to let that be it. Kick to the gut. Brain buster. And now the final shot, the last shot. This has to be it. Tiger drive for 98. On the outside, on the pile of weapons. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. Hallelujah. Holy shit, what a match. Selena Adams, another win. I have goosebumps on my arm. Both my hands have lost feeling somehow. But regardless, Selena Adams has committed a clean sweep.
Talk about that hat trick.
Oh
Unbelievable.
my god.
You know, I know we don't know what's in that opportunity that Emmy Amber earned herself, but god damn it, Selena Adams is the future women's champion. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Oh my god. Well, speaking about championships, this night's not getting any fucking easier for us here at the desk. Pardon my French, but we're here in Argentina and we're here to see some gold on the line. Tony Samuels, Brad Winter, Diego Ryan, TV championship on the line. Submissions only, elimination match.
Absolutely, one of the most unpredictable nights of wrestling we have seen in the history of CPW, and it just keeps going more of a wild ride. I'm going to catch my breather in this one. Woo! I guess that's enough of that. Brad Winters, a veteran in the sport, looking to insert himself into this matchup. I believe one of the first times he's had the opportunity at a championship, and they look poised to take everyone else up another level just to compete with the force of what they're going to bring to the table here tonight.
Yeah, sorry, I'm still in disbelief from the brutality from that last match.
Absolutely understandable. And if you're Alex Clark, I gotta ask you, what the hell is going on here tonight with these matchups? What did you put in the water? What's in the water here in Argentina? My God.
Well, whatever's in the water, hopefully Brad Winter's been drinking it, because he's gonna need everything he's got to put away both Tony Samuels and Diego Ryan.
You know, Diego Ryan is the champion that unfortunately we really haven't seen on a singles, in the scope of singles contest.
But here we see, going back to his roots, Dragon King with mask. And you know what? He is here tonight. He may not be the Dragon Kid anymore, but he may walk out of this a Dragon King. We've seen him be a tag champ. We have seen him go for TV title gold in the past. We have seen him go for world title gold in the past. This might be finally his chance to win it all.
For sure. The Dragon King of television may in fact be in the cards here tonight, but he's going to have to go through one Brad Winters and one Tony Samuels in order to get there.
I still can't feel my hands. I think I need a doctor.
Can we get a medic here?
No, this is a shoot. I don't know what happened to them.
Well, Shaw, if you need to take a moment, get some water, have a breather. As Tony Samuels looking drippy as hell.
And Miss Tony Samuels, the television, making his way down to the ring. And while he may be a walker of the King's Road, he is showing more of a look of Masahiro Chono. And will Tony Samuels... Well, hey, they both use modified versions of the STF. Could we see him take some inspiration here tonight and put this one to bed and retain his championship?
You know, looking like $1 million coming out of the ring. That very well could be the case. He looks confident and poised, but I do have to acknowledge that attire definitely accentuates the fact that that is one hairy leg here in Argentina.
Got more hair on his leg than Colin Prince got on his head. Golly. The television's championship on the line. My opinion, the most beautiful looking belt in CPW. And the one that sort of certifies you as the workhorse of the company, as the hardest worker in our ranks. And I'm gonna be real. Seeing Tony Samuels, seeing Diego Ryan walk out with that belt would absolutely keep that going into Season 2.
For sure. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be another contest where, weapons are going to come into play. This is a triple threat contest. We know how triple threat works in CPW. No holds are barred, and is that going to work in the favor of someone like Dragon Kid? I'm not sure, or Diego Ryan, rather. He brought the mask back. I'm losing my ability to do the gimmick here, but ladies and gentlemen, dump down to the outside.
Look, he's got Blazing Renegades, he's got 3 M's, he's got a D and a K, and he's Diego Ryan, and he's got a kid back home. All I know is right now is his final chance to end this season with gold. We saw Morgan Sharp pick up a win earlier tonight. Could we see the Blazing Renegades sweep the deck?
A clean sweep at Blaze of Glory would definitely be something, and Diego Ryan showing us some strength. The much smaller man tossing Tony Samuels into the corner, but now a brainbuster.
Then we see a huge lariat there from Tony Samuels. His tag partner in Dan Darnester retaining his Heritage Championship earlier tonight, and so far it has been all defenses, or all successful defenses, should I say, for champions in CPW. Brad Winters looking to break both streaks here tonight. But of course, no disqualifications in a submission match. As the only way to eliminate someone is, well, by submission.
Absolutely, do whatever you can to make the other opponents quit. And, to be honest with you, Shaw, I don't see any quit in any of these competitors.
I don't, but also, there's also, Jesus Christ, that monkey flip. There's also the sense of self-preservation. Tony Samuels is a smart wrestler. All of these men are smart wrestlers. Diego Ryan, especially, he's got a kid back home. Sometimes when you're locked in a submission hold, you've got to make the choice. Do you want to live to see another day, or do you want to keep yourself in this match by any means necessary? And you've got to wonder if tonight's the night these men feel like they can push that envelope just a little bit further, but every man has a breaking point.
It is a great point. Diego Ryan back in the ring.
Yeah, back in the ring. Connects with the Dragon Screw leg whip. And now Tony Samuels, Gourd Buster, lays out the Mexican Moment Maker. And now we see him, Danielson style, stomps into the chest. But a lariat takes down Samuels.
And when you're the size of Diego Ryan, you definitely got to get the speed going before you can knock someone like Tony Samuels off his feet.
Speaking of off his feet, Brad Winter's the only one on it right now. And of course, as soon as I say that, everyone starts standing. Thank you. But regardless, knee to the head of Diego Ryan, knee to the gut of Tony Samuels. And now, I think both men having a bit of a bone to pick with Winters. As we see Diego Ryan. Well, I actually see nothing because of the thigh in the way, but I believe he connected with a brain buster as Samuel sends him into the ring. These 3 men, none of them attempting a submission hold yet to sort of put this one away. Right on the outside, Tiger Driver connects to Brad Winters. And you've got to feel Tony Samuels would love to make this a one-on-one with him and Diego Ryan. I think also that might be what the fans here in Argentina would love to see. Arguably 2 of the hardest workers in CPW going head-to-head for the TV title.
And yeah, what we know about Brad Winters at this point is
he's
sort of a part-timer. Wait a minute!
Samuels slam onto the chair!
Unbelievable. Tony Samuels ratcheting it up another level here.
And a huge elbow strike right to the jaw of Winters.
I don't think Diego Ryan is okay.
He has not moved since the slam onto the chair. Finally getting his wits about him, but he is definitely hurt. But now turns him around. Poison Rana drops Samuels. Chop to the chest, goes around. Now what's he got in mind here? Targeting the knees of Winters, drops him with the package knee breaker. Setting him up for that Destiny's decision later on. But now almost got a modified butterfly lock. Or a modified surfboard stretch. Locked in on Winters, but not able to get a good grip on it for a submission. And then gets dropped by the stick. And
off the rope, ducks under.
The line. You gotta feel, been walking a little bit gingerly, has Diego ever since he got dropped, and this might be it. Locked in. Is that bulldog choke? Nap time might be sending him to sleep. No.
I believe that was the first submission of this matchup.
Yeah, it is. And now DDT onto the chair. Samuel's absolutely brutal so far in this matchup. Lariat. Knee to the head, though, drops the champ.
Yeah, in CPW matches, we often see the chair swinging, but we don't often see someone using the environment the way that Tony Samuels is doing in this matchup, positioning all of his regular moves on to this weapon in the middle of the ring. It's a nice change of pace from just violently swinging them, but Diego Ryan getting completely obliterated on the outside.
He was getting violently swung on. And now, though, Hammerlock Lariat turns him inside out. And we are seeing Tony Samuels look. Tony Samuels is one of the chillest dudes you'll ever meet. I'm often surprised he's not on drugs, how chill he is backstage. But when you just get him in that ring, the dude is a machine. And we've been seeing it all night as he has been working over and giving to work to both challengers. And it doesn't look like he's even lost a step so far in this match.
Absolutely not. May lose some hair with that uppercut just scraping by on Tony Samuels, but certainly hasn't lost a step.
And now Samuels lifting up Diego Ryan, goes turn him around, I think looking for nap time again. Brad Winters may have inadvertently saved his fellow competitor. And now a suplex into backdrop suplex. And Tony Samuels, I think, looking to be walking on ice. But Brad Winters comes up with a chop. He's going after Diego Ryan.
Working the leg here.
Drops him. Sends Tony out. Connects with a knee, and I think he just cut Tony open with that knee strike. Tony, though, saying it's no big deal. Asking for another shot. And connects now with one of his own with the cane. Oh, but able to escape it this time. These two going back and forth. Monkey flip. Sends Samuels flying. And now it's Winters and Ryan in the ring. And another knee to the head drops Ryan. And we see that knee continuously getting worked over. It's not looking good, but now has up Winters. Drops him face first, and I think he again caught that chair. And now, nap time, bulldog choke. Center of the ring, nowhere for Diego to go, and you've got to feel he's got to be thinking about giving up, but he doesn't.
Manages to squeak his way by, but too heavy right now. The exhaustion setting in.
And now we see repeated strikes to the chest of Samuels, and you can see the wound on his face. There it is, taking up half his face. And it is not looking good for the champ. Earlier I said it looked like he hadn't even, broken a sweat, but you can see that this cut is very quickly, dropping his reserves. And with how much he's been taking out Diego Ryan in this match, you've got to feel, the champ is in really bad way.
For sure, Diego Ryan taking advantage of the visual impairment here of Tony Samuels, but gets caught in his own blind side by Brad Winters.
Brad Winters stomping in on Diego Ryan, but Diego, who's behind, goes for a schoolboy as if for instinct, but you can't get a pinfall in this one.
Tony Samuels giving himself a pep talk on the outside. Wait a minute.
As though it looked in, and we see Diego forced to tap out. I mean, at a certain point, Mans, as a father, you've got to think about your own personal safety, but Samuels not thinking about the safety of Winters at all.
That maneuver there will work the whole entire body, and not just one component. You work the back and the legs and just all of it.
I think we're seeing... I think Samuels targeting the head of Winters wants to sort of knock him out to make that bulldog choke a bit more effective.
Talked about usually we see chairs swinging. I guess we're seeing that now.
And now this might just be it. Nap time. He's got it hooked. Turns him over. He's got that bulldog choke. He needs to try and get those fingers in between the grasp, but it might not be quick enough. We could see him fading. Tony Samuels might be about to retain. No! Able to live another day is Winters. And now we see a shot to the knee. And a lariat taking down Winters.
Asking Loretta Seymour if his eye looks okay. Tony Samuels getting back to work here.
Well, that's the thing. Even though it's a submission only, referee could end the match at any time if she thinks that, you know, Tony Samuels is at risk, as now dropped onto the chair as Samuels going to that second rope. Vader Bomb connects.
And just out of desperation, Brad Winters. Oh my God.
Connects with the Poison Rana.
I couldn't even scream that one out. Oh my God, at this point.
Both these men going all out for the TV championship. A lot of people, they like to call this a secondary title, like it doesn't mean anything, but these men showing just how much it means to be considered the hardest worker in this company.
Absolutely. You see people with the world championship, they don't really defend it. You see the TV champion, they defend it week in and week out, at least more than most, you know?
Absolutely. We see
Come to think of it, I don't think we've seen a defense from Benjamin Boulder. So when you talk about the TV title being the secondary title, this is the title that is the banner of the brand here.
Yeah, I mean, Tony Samuels successfully defended against Brad Winters once before. Defended it in War Games. This would be his third defense should he win the day. But right now, the blood is pooling up under that eye. You've got to feel he does not have much long until he just passes out. Nothing to do with Brad Winters from a submission, but just from the blood loss. Tony Samuels, the clock is ticking. As now, here we see nap time locked in on Brad Winters.
But it's got to be in the center of the ring.
I think the grip was loosened due to the fact that, he's just not got that much juice left. This could be Brad Winters' match to lose.
Oh, whichever way it goes, people are going to remember a matchup of this caliber.
I mean, we've talked, a lot about who is the greatest TV champion, who's the greatest tag champion all over this season, right? You look at the numbers. Tony Samuels tied with Seth Dallas right now at 2 defenses. He wins tonight. He's got the defense record. you've got to feel with the feud those two have had, it is putting that all in perspective as the brain buster connects. Samuels needs to put Winters away. Now another brain buster.
Going after that kendo yet again and just crushing it on the body of Brad Winters.
And here's the thing, there's 10 minutes left on this clock. If it goes to time, Tony Samuels retains. But I don't think Tony Samuels has 10 minutes left in him.
Well, we might be about to find out. Brad Winters rolling his opponent into the ring, looking to become champion here.
Now Brad Winters runs off the ropes. PK turns Samuels inside out. And now Samuels up to his feet. Not wanting to say die just yet. Sent off the ropes by Winters. Huge lariat. Misses. Double drop kick. Sends him down. As now Winters pulls himself up. And we're seeing the Violence Party connecting in the corner.
Yeah, that's not a party I want to be a part of, but Tony Samuels got him up. Samuel slam, but no, it's countered.
And now Brad Winters again looking for the PK. Connects again.
Looking for something on the outside. Keeps changing his mind, though. I think he's afraid that Tony Samuels is just going to find a way to counter whatever he has in store.
As now the strikes connecting. Big back fist. Turns him around. Wrenching the throat across the top rope. Can hold it for as long as he wants. Chooses to break it. Now in the corner. And just these big clubs. And at a certain point, look, I don't want this to end by referee's discretion. I want to see this end in the proper way. But at a certain point, with how big this gash is getting on the face of Tony Samuels, the referee might have to look into ending this one for the safety of the competitor.
That is 100% accurate.
I mean, just look at him. Samuels is a bloodied mess right now, and Brad Winters is not relenting. And you see him looking at the referee, bowing to her, almost at saying, "Thank you for letting me continue this beatdown," as he goes to the middle rope, calls Samuels to his feet. Goes for the knee strike. Samuels just enough vision to get out of the way. Lariat.
That low sliding lariat may change the complexion of this one.
But he needs to put Winters away. Just above 7 minutes left in the match. Fujiwara, but it's on the outside, won't get him a fall.
At the same time, though, you apply submission on the outside, you wear your opponent down. There's no ropes to grab onto, nothing to help you escape, no leverage to be found.
The Kawada kicks from Samuels on the outside as Brad Winters writhes in the splinters of the broken kendo stick. Now, drop kick to the side of the head. These two men have truthfully given it their all. DDT onto the outside, onto that concrete. Look, I don't care if it's padded at this point. Concrete's concrete and it hurts like hell.
Yeah, that's definitely the case, and just bringing it to the challenger here.
Samuels, I think he knows just how much of a technical master Brad Winters can be. He's using the outside to his advantage because that's not what Brad Winters is necessarily used to.
That's not what he's used to at all, and neither is this.
Pile driver on the outside, and Samuel's not done. I mean, there's 5 minutes left on the clock. He seems to have found his second wind, He might be just looking to beat the brakes off Winters until this one's over.
I don't know about that. I think what the case is, you know, Tony is just deluded here at this point. He's got that gash. He's losing blood. He's in fight mode. But now we see a huge gash opened up on Winters. I guess that's the payment, the receipt for Winters, targeting that gash the entire matchup. But these two really
no. Curb stop onto the ramp. And listen, Brad needs to be careful. He's under 5 minutes here. He needs to beat in the ring Tony Samuels if he wants to become a champion.
M1A1 on the outside.
Right now, though, he needs to get him into the ring.
If not for the sake of winning, but just for the sake of self-preservation, you were saying earlier, like, this is not the environment that Brad Winters is used to. Wouldn't it be better at this point to go into the safety of the ring, where he knows a little bit more about what's going to happen?
I think at this point, both these men are bloodlusted. Both of them want this so much. They are both willing to bleed for it. They are both willing to put everything on the line for it. As now Brad Winters has him. Pile driver on the outside.
Tony Samuels put the arms up, trying to block whatever was coming.
But now back into the ring. And Brad Winters playing a bit of game of cat and mouse here with Samuels. Sends him into the ring, and now it's Samuels, like a rat in the trap, at the mercy of Brad Winters, who connects with some shots to the gut. Tosses him over with a single butterfly. And now Brad Winters, he's been going for something on the outside here. He's calling for it. No, instead, goes inside. Sends Samuels off the rope. Bit of a malfunction at the junction. Has him up. Follow-away slam position. Instead, turns him over into the... I want to call that almost the snake eyes there, onto that top rope.
Yeah, definitely
under 3 minutes.
Off that top rope. And I think what changed Brad Winters' mind here in this matchup is the time. He's only got 2 minutes and change to get this one done.
Fisherman driver dumps Tony on his head. He needs a submission hold now. And now we see it. Guillotine choke. And he's got it locked in deep.
That's it. Wait a minute. No.
Samuels able to escape, elbow to that open cut. And now it's Samuels with the follow-away slam position. It's Samuels doing the snake eyes on the top rope. And it's Samuels with this one in his control. 2 minutes. And there might be 2 minutes to nap time.
Well,
as Brad Winters stumbles to his feet. No! Able to escape. Connects with the drop kick. And now, Thick was looking to turn him over again for the rear naked choke. Not able to get it. Tony Samuels with blood on his face and rage in his eyes. Locks in nap time. Shoots the half. And it's got to be all over. It is. Brad Winters forced to tap out.
Unbelievable contest. The stakes were as high as they could ever be, and Tony Samuels can now say, look at that replay, just onto the chair goes Diego Ryan. He can now say he is the greatest TV champion of all time in CPW.
And you can't say he didn't earn it. Look at him.
Now Tony Samuels tonight paid in blood.
The prettiest belt, like we said. Definitely not the prettiest face to hold it. But it just shows it's not about the look. It's not about the X Factor with the TV title. It's about being the best damn wrestler on the planet. And speaking of the best damn wrestlers, two of the best damn women's wrestlers on the planet, Reina Curie, Belle Florent, 1-on-1 for the women's title.
That is for damn sure. We talk about women's wrestling. Both of these competitors are bar none some of the best that we have in CPW in general.
Absolutely. Reina Curie, final women's champion on Origins, final Desert Rose champion as it was called down there. Winner of the last Survivor Gauntlet match. Belle Florent, the first women's champion, walking in as the last incumbent women's champion into our season finale.
And the only two-time women's champion. Reina Curie coming out with a different look here tonight. Going back to the roots, I'm told. Engulfed in this blue light here tonight. Potentially conjuring some force within her. Some different version of the former, the last Desert Rose champion on Origins, to finally elevate herself to the pinnacle of CPW Uproar as the new women's champion. If Belle Florent doesn't look out, the energy is top tier in the arena tonight. Everyone is standing on their feet. But stand at attention for our reigning, defending, undisputed women's champion of the world, Belle Florent Labette de Bordeaux, all the way from Bordeaux, France, here in Argentina. The only two-time women's champion in CPW history, looking to retain, exactly, the inaugural.
And I mean, Belle Florent, someone who, you want to talk about getting the fire started. She really sort of came into her own here in CPW, because I've seen her in plenty of other companies, and she did not have nearly the amount of success she's had here. CPW, whether you like her or not, she has made CPW her home, and she looks to defend the biggest title she has ever won.
Absolutely. Right place, right time, right champion. All the factors working in Belle Florent's corner, working in her favor. And nobody can take this record from her. She is currently the inaugural champion. She is the current champion. And if I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, I think she's going to have one or two more reigns here, potentially more in CPW.
Well, for her to have another reign, she's going to have to lose it first. Tonight could be the night. And she goes up against Reina Curie, someone who, like we've said, has held gold here before in CPW. Won the last Survivor Gauntlet. She knows what this is all about.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here for this broadcast. As this match gets underway, I do want to remind you, like, share, and subscribe on our YouTube channel to help us get bigger and better than ever before going into Season 2. But speaking of big, those heavy shots in the midsection of Reina Curie going to do some real big damage here tonight.
Absolutely, and it's sort of been a theme all throughout, the various title matches that we've seen here tonight. The old guard versus the new. Kingsmen, who have been sort of a part of this tag team renaissance going up against Brute Force from Origins. We got in the TV title picture, a day one guy like Diego Ryan going against Tony Samuels, who joined us midway through the season, going up against Brad Winters, who was a newcomer. You had Dan Darnester going up against one of his own students in Nova Matthews. And now Belle Florent, the inaugural champion, going up against the last champion of Origins. And you've got to feel that so far, I mean, if I'm Reina Curie, I'm a little bit worried. This is your first really big, show, aside from last Survivor, and you're up against possibly the best woman in the CPW women's division.
For sure. That's definitely something that's probably on her mind. And you are correct, Shaw. The hierarchy is getting shaken up here tonight. The new versus the old, the experience versus the inexperienced, and maybe that may come into play right here.
We see the youth of Reina Curie on her side taking out Belle with a huge tope. And now, gotta keep in mind, this match does have countouts, does have disqualifications. And you also have to keep in mind champion's advantage. If this ends in DQ or countout, Belle Florent retains the title.
That is correct. And Shaw, I'm sorry to interrupt your flow there, but it nearly seemed like Belle Florent took a back bump on the Argentinian announce table, just trying to avert whatever maneuver that was by Reina Curie.
Absolutely. Is now Belle Florent looking to use her size over her opponent, a bit larger than Reina, just tossing her like so. Now Reina fights from underneath. Sends Belle off the ropes. Drops down. Leapfrog. Catches her with a backbreaker, showing she's got some power in her arms as well.
You know, we've seen Reina Curie pull off some incredible things here in CPW. She was in that hour-long Hell in a Cell match with Mae Patak, someone who also came up from Origins. We've seen her, go to a place where not many go, and she's going to need all of those tools here tonight up against a two-time champion and someone that really doesn't want to even have a three-time championship. She never wants to lose that championship.
Belle Florent doing a good job of keeping the sort of flurry from Reina Curie from going. I mean, we know that she's a bit more of a high flyer than Belle Florent is. You've got to feel the more this match speeds up, the more it affects Reina Curie and the more it helps her. Whereas Belle Florent wants to keep this one a bit slower. Reina, though, able to kick away Belle. Kick to the leg. And now has her up. Looking for a brainbuster. No! Slips out behind. Bulldog connects.
Absolutely, Bulldog face buster. You saw the face collide, and thankfully for Reina Curie, she's got that, that extra layer to protect her face, that luchador mask on.
Now slammed down again is Reina Curie. She rolls to the outside. Belle Florent looking to maybe give chase here. Possibly unnecessary risk by the champion. Showing just how much it means to her that she's taking that big of a risk on Reina Curie. She connects with the crossbody, but Reina able to get up to her feet unopposed. Now Reina Curie calling her shot, so to speak. Goes into the ring. Belle possibly looking to follow her. She does. Now though, catches her. Target marked and connects. Locked, loaded, leg hooked into the cover.
And that
Belle
is
Florent picks up the win.
Came out of nowhere. The target marked, especially on target here tonight.
Drops Reina Curie. And that's another successful defense. Wait a second!
But wait a minute!
Well, they can cash it in anytime they want. The golden opportunity briefcase that Max Wheeler won back in Boston. Finally being cashed in here tonight.
You see the concerned look on the face.
And now drops it with a DDT into the cover immediately. Only a 1 count. Ralph Lauren.
The shake and bake out of the gate.
Shake and bake, shaking the champ. Now Beth Lauren needing to, get us a moment to herself here. Needs to try and take down Max Wheeler, who could be on the verge of becoming women's champion.
Both women colliding with each other. Wait a minute.
Wait a second. Connects there with the Poison Rana. Beth Lauren gets back up, only a Kai. Neck breaker. No, a forearm to the back of the head.
Max Wheeler, we know, is willing to go to levels beyond. That's why she called it to the max, but Belle Florent doing her best to avert that crisis.
And targeting the knees of Max Wheeler as well. Gonna try and do as much damage as she can.
For sure, the McDonald's ball pit incident of 2005 coming into play again for Max Wheeler. The target on her knees never goes away, and Belle Florent taking full advantage of that right now.
Sending Max Wheeler off the ropes. Belle Florent goes into the cover. Only a 1 count. Now Belle Florent has her locked up here. Slick was going for just an elbow strike to the top of the dome piece. Max Wheeler trying to fight back. Max Wheeler now gut wrench suplex, takes her down. And this is not no DQ. So I was a bit worried why Max was going to the outside, but able to use it to give chase to Belle Florent. Now on the outside, got her in the torture vac, burning hammer, Jesus Christ.
Burning hammer on the outside. Talk about going out in a blaze of glory.
Oh my God.
Realistically, I think the matchup between Rana Curie and Belle Florent was shorter than expected, but the unexpected has occurred here tonight. Now she's got to go head-to-head with Max Wheeler. Wait a minute, trailer hitch here.
The trailer's hitched it out. To Bastia goes Belle Florent, but only a 2.
And Shaw, what do you do when you're in a situation like this? You've just, had a match, you were successful, and someone cashes in the golden opportunity briefcase on you.
It's why you've always got to have it in the back of your mind when you're a champion. Now Belle Florent continuous stomps to Max Wheeler. And again, going after the knees. Max's biggest weakness. Now a lariat, and another. And we see that calf kick connecting. A kick to the back by Belle Florent, who has been on point with her strikes. Now going up top. Huge splash connects. Now went for the target mark. Max had it scouted. Having just seen it. And now Alabama slam. Max picks her up, has her up. Mama's last cigarette.
And that's going to do it. We're going to have a new champion, Belle Florent. Kicks
No,
out.
Belle stays alive. Max Wheeler trying her best to keep on Belle Florent, not letting the champ get back into the match. Now up goes Max. Big elbow drop right to the heart. And now lifts up Belle. Lariat. Lariat. Kojima. Sweeps the leg Johnny. Max Wheeler is feeling alive here in Argentina. And now, knee to the gut. Trailer hitch. This could...
Wait a
Bell
minute.
escapes out behind. And now, locked and loaded. Target marked.
The sequence on that is incredible.
And Belle Florent, with the last shot she needs, Misery Cord, puts down Max Wheeler into the cover. Max Wheeler grabs the rope. Ref doesn't see it. Belle Florent is now your women's champion.
Belle Florent retaining the title, but Max Wheeler may have been screwed by referee Leonard Seymour.
What a match, regardless. But yeah, you gotta feel for Max Wheeler there.
She picked her spot, cashed it in, went the distance, grabbed the rope, and it doesn't matter. Congratulations, Belle Florent, showing that you're a fighting champion. Incredible.
Now, go from one world title match to the other.
We talk about fighting champions. Does Benjamin Balder have it in him to retain his championship? We haven't seen him defend it, and now we will.
Back, Benjamin Balder, past, present. One will walk out as world's heavyweight champion. Balder, the title many said he never should have won. Eback, the title everyone expected him to have won by now.
This is a match that is unparalleled here in CPW. On the biggest show of the year for the biggest belt of them all.
In the official main event. Making his way down to the ring now is the challenger. And look, I know we don't like talking about Dreamland here, but you can't deny this man, one of the few that came over to CPW when it started. When other places fell and a phoenix needed to rise, this is the man that helped light the ashes. And now, here he stands on the precipice of greatness to become world champion, a title many expected him to win since day one in this company. Now, he has a chance to win on the biggest show of the year.
Without
He's a former
question.
BCW Global Champion, a three-time Twitch champion, a one-time Heavyweight Champion, a one-time Ring Classic Heavyweight Champion, but he has never won in CPW any title.
And we know in CPW, the titles are for all the glory, and Benjamin Balder has been able to grab some of that glory for him here tonight. But tonight is Blaze of Glory, and everything is up for grabs.
Absolutely. And I'll say this. There were doubters about Benjamin Balder when he went into the title match with Jacob Clark, but he proved he's world champion material, and now he needs to prove that he deserves to be the one that leads this company forward going into not just this new year of 2024, but a new season of Season 2. He needs to be the one to step up to finally silence the doubters by beating a man he has never beaten before, no matter how many times they went head-to-head, in Eback. He's a former television champion, a current world champion, but he is across the ring from a legend. A legend in the making, a legend in the present. Eback is no joke.
Absolutely not. Revving up the engines here a little bit. Benjamin Balder feeling himself.
Benjamin Balder defending the world title on our biggest stage. See him coming out in the gold and the silver. Wearing gold to hopefully leave with gold.
For sure. Matching that belt pretty well. Doesn't want to part with it by any means. Leonard Seymour lifting it up, showing this Argentinian crowd what it's all about. And now we're about to be underway.
Leonard Seymour draws the assignment, and this one's underway. Benjamin Balder going hot out of the gate, and he knows he needs to. These two have gone head-to-head once before in what was an all-time classic on Uproar. But what this means is they also know just how hard it is to keep the other down. The difference, Ebac has kept down Benjamin Balder before. Balder has never beaten Ebac, and right now it is not a good start for the world's champion as he is cut open by a stomp from Ebac, but Ebac on the mat as he gets hit with that shooting star press.
A standing Balder bash.
These two just going hell for leather out the opening gate. As if the sound of the bell was like the goddamn firing gun to the races as Ebac rolls to the outside, and that's not where you want to be against Balder. Now the champ sizing up Ebac. No, Ebac able to get out of the way. Connects with the lariat to take down Benjamin.
Now Ebac not going right back into the ring, which is unusual for him.
Look, he knows he's not going to be able to keep up with the speed of Balder. We've danced this dance before, and Balder was a little bit quicker. Ebac had to get smart to beat him. And as much as it might be seen as a dirty move, hitting a big power move on the outside would definitely slow down the champ. So now German suplex hooks it deep. Only a 1 count.
And we talk about age and youth on opposing sides here. We see the knee brace on Ebac. He's been through wars before. He has the scars to prove it. Benjamin Balder is, quite the fresher man in terms of his career span. Is that going to work in his favor here tonight?
Could. I mean, that's the thing, Benjamin Balder, he's riding all the momentum right now. Like I said, no one expected him to beat Jacob Clark to get into this match. But yet he is here. He is the one with the shoes to fill. Whereas Ebac, he's already got the legacy. He's got the dynasty. But what this is about for him is proving it. Both these men have a lot to prove, and I don't think Ebac's going to let his leg injury get in the way as we see him take flight. This just shows how much it means to the challenger as he takes down Balder on the outside.
Without question. Ebac, he got that vertical leap almost out of nowhere. Most guys, they got to cross the entire ring to get the kind of distance that Ebac got. And he's showing us, silencing the doubters, even me, whether or not he's damaged, he can still go.
Would be a hell of a champion. But right now, Benjamin Balder showing why he is the champion, countering that Rana into that swirly on the outside. Now sends Ebac careening to the floor. And Balder trying to fire himself up. But Ebac connects with a dropkick of his own. Now Balder, kick to the gut of Ebac. And now, huge right forearm. Now targeting the knee, the braced knee. And that's the thing, it might not be the cleanest tactic, but when you're champ, you've got to go after everything that the challenger is exposing.
100%.
And now it's Balder's time to fly!
I believe that Ebac may have been busted open as well, if we can get a view of it here on our monitors.
Well, look for that, but also what I did notice is coming down off that, Balder is a bit slower getting up. Perhaps the damage done on the outside by Ebac is starting to pay dividends. As now DDT drops Balder. These two so familiar with each other, such similar movesets. Like I said, past and present here. And Ebac looking to prove he's just the present.
100%. Sorry, Shaw, go ahead. I was going to say, though, Benjamin Balder's had much more of an opportunity to review Ebac tape than Ebac has had to review Benjamin Balder tape. We have decades of Ebac wrestling here.
Now, slams down the arm, does E-back. Balder trying to get back into this one. Picture perfect with that drop kick. Right on the button. And now a forearm shot trying to keep E-back down. But that's what Balder needs to do. Use the youth on his side. Use his athleticism. Bowling elbow strike. And now, Sling Blade rolls through. Lines up that drop kick beautifully. And now kick to the gut. No, blocked by E-back. Connects with that bulldog out of the corner. And E-back's calling for it. NVIDIA driver on lock. Drives him head first into the mat to win the title. E-back hooks that outside leg. And he does it. E-back is your world heavyweight champion.
Unbelievable. There is a time and a place for every man, and the time was now, and the place was in Buenos Aires, Argentina. E-back, Elliot Baker, raising his hand in victory and raising that championship up as the holder of the World Heavyweight Championship.
Back. The victor. To the victor goes spoils. But folks, that was the end of our broadcast officially of CPW. We bid you a farewell adieu. But we have one more match that'll be happening here in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Will Sheridan, Jamie Clark, unsanctioned. This is not sanctioned by the CPW officials, by, anyone here, but it is happening nonetheless. This is a year's worth of hatred between these two coming to a close.
And guys, there may be a pinfall, there may be a submission, there may be a knockout in this match, but there will be no true winner at the end of this one. This is going to be violence as Jamie Clark coming out with a different look here tonight.
Here to fight, Dangerous Jay making his way down to the ring, representing the Clark family dynasty, representing CPW, representing the 666 Dojo. Jamie Clark is CPW in a way. He is Mr. CPW. We saw him at Final Countdown go pillar to post. All the way, nearly came out with the win. We saw him at Ultimatum defend against his own brother. We saw him at Golden Opportunity defeat Jay Scott, send him packing from the company. And we saw at Bloody Valentine him win the CPW World Heavyweight Championship from this man, his opponent. Jamie Clark bleeds CPW. But as much as he bleeds it, tonight he goes up against the lifeblood of CPW. The man who took CPW and injected his own blood from his veins into it as his creation. Will Sheridan.
Absolutely, and Will Sheridan coming out looking injured here tonight. We saw what happened just a few short weeks ago. He may not be 100% coming into this one.
Will Sheridan, though, like I said, regardless of, what you think about the guy, I think he's a bastard, personally. But you can't deny he is the reason that CPW is here today. He is the lifeblood of this company. He is the reason that it is here. And in a way, this is a match between two dynasties here in CPW. Two people that are the heart and soul of CPW. And in a way, this is the match that ends the season to see who is the soul of this company. Jamie Clark, Will Sheridan. It's all been building to this unsanctioned matchup. Let's get it going.
And we see the, just the apron and everything has sort of been removed. That top layer of padding in the ring. Will Sheridan out of the gate.
No top layer of padding. Just the very bare canvas right above the wooden boards. And now Sheridan looking for an early pile driver. No! Shoulder breaker by Will. And Will fighting, getting sent down to the ground. Jamie Clark. Not wasting any time. Tearing this arena apart to get to Will Sheridan.
Just tossing him into the corner where that barricade is, and Sheridan tried to come back and but just gets annihilated with those steel steps.
I mean, here's the thing about these two. Jamie Clark, he is a trained competitor, but Will Sheridan, I don't think he's got any quit in him.
You know, that was the thing, whether he was the villain or whether he was the hero. Will Sheridan has never quit in any contest. You know, he's always fighting back, always clawing back, and he looks to do the same here tonight.
German suplex. Keeps the wrist control. Turns Jamie around. Now a vertical suplex by Will Sheridan. Now right hand goes for another. Looking to send Jamie Clark into the corner. European uppercut. And now goes behind. Jamie Clark, though, able to shoot some elbows into the gut of Sheridan. And Jamie Clark, a much larger competitor than Sheridan. Gonna definitely have the power advantage in this one. But like I said, you cannot make up for the tenacity of Will Sheridan. But Jamie Clark with the brainbuster, shades of his teacher, Michael Young, looking for the steel steps once again.
Absolutely. And, you know, you can't question the tenacity and the resolve of Will Sheridan, but you can certainly mitigate it with moves like that. And if you look at Jamie Clark bringing those ring steps into the ring, he definitely has the game plan in mind to do so.
The leg of Clark does Sheridan. And now Sheridan sent down to the mat. Clark not given a chance to really use the steel steps just yet. Goes into an early cover. Only a 1 count. Referee Leonard Seymour only there to count the pinfall or acknowledge the submission. He is not there to stop this in case it goes too far. As now Will Sheridan has Jamie Clark up. Connects with that landslide. And now lifting him up.
Buffer overflow.
Connecting into the cover now. Is that enough to put away Jamie? No. Jamie rolling the steps out of the ring, making sure that now Will has the advantage. He can't use them to his advantage. Now, Jamie Clark connects with a right. And a huge lariat takes down Clark.
Sheridan always wild with those lariats. You know, he doesn't have the technique that someone like Jamie Clark has, but the lariat is very much ingrained in who Jamie Clark is, you know, trained by Michael Young, coming from a wrestling dynasty. But wait a minute, something he is known for, crown of thorns on the mark. The leg is hooked, ladies and gentlemen. 2.
No.
But only 2.
And Will Sheridan nearly winning this unofficial main event. The fight forever chance letting out throughout the arena. I'm sure no matter the result of this match, these two will be fighting forever. There's just so much animosity. Barbed wire death match. And now this.
Absolutely. If you look into my dreams, if you see some of the post-traumatic stress that I've experienced in my part of CPW, you will see barbed wire, you will see blood, and you will see Jamie Clark and Will Sheridan taking themselves to the absolute limits, just as though they are doing tonight.
We see there the running lariat from Jamie as he goes back out for another weapon. This time, a kendo stick right across the bandaged area of Will Sheridan. Will Sheridan, though, connecting with a drop kick. Now Sheridan connects with the Dragon Screw. Now calling Jamie up to his feet. Gets caught, though. 585. Turns him inside out to put him away to end the season. No.
You know, if you're someone, and if you're especially me, you can't help but be a little bit biased towards the favor of Jamie Clark. You want to finally see this nightmare end, and Will Sheridan calm down a little bit in CPW.
Absolutely. Will Sheridan calls himself the one true king. Tonight might be a chance for Jamie Clark to finally knock him off the throne. Now, Jamie Clark headbutt, and another backdrop driver on the outside.
Will Sheridan's body almost convulsing from the impact.
Will Sheridan with that taped up fist on the outside. This is dangerous! Burning hammer.
Wait a minute!
Is that a thumbtack chair?
I believe it's light bulbs!
Holy fuck! And a big boot from Jamie. Both these men are bleeding hard way.
Blood is everywhere, ladies and gentlemen.
That was light bulbs?
Light bulbs on a chair. Will Sheridan is a madman.
Both of these men are madmen. Into the corner. Crown of Thorns. After the light bulb chair. Jamie kicks out with ferocity. Will Sheridan going back under the ring. Like I said, maybe not as strong a competitor as Jamie, but damn, you cannot deny the tenacity. You cannot deny the resourcefulness of Sheridan.
What the
Now
the barbed wire
suplex holds it in the cover. Doesn't matter that Sheridan's foot was in the rope. And now buffer overflow onto the table. And the barbed wire bat connecting to the back of Will Sheridan. Big boot. Jamie Clark getting a moment to breathe. This escalated very quickly.
Very, very quickly. And now on the outside, Will Sheridan. What's he looking for here? More barbed wire, ladies and gentlemen. The barbed wire 2x4.
Big right hand though from James. And now has him up. What the hell is this?
The legs of Sheridan. All over the guardrail. Sorry to cut you off, Shaw.
No, absolutely. Shades of Jay Scott, though. And now has him hoisted up. The crimson mask being worn by Jamie Clark. Cassidy Clark's baby boy. A bloody mess right now. Now set into the... So fans getting an up-close look at the brutality.
This is unspeakable violence. You know, I knew that the end of this Blaze of Glory was going to be a nightmare fuel for everyone involved, but this is so far beyond what I expected.
Big boot again from Clark. These two back and forth now. You've got to feel if this was a normal match, the blood loss would cause a referee to cancel it at this point. And now Uranagi onto the barricade.
Sheridan now looking to slow down here. Just throws the steps at the legs of Jamie Clark. And Sir James managing to get up to his feet here.
Jamie Clark powerbomb position! That Kane-style powerbomb.
Listen, he's going to need to walk with a cane after this when he takes one more of those.
Another shot with that barbed wire 2x4. Sheridan disarms him.
Look at the face of Will Sheridan. Look at all of that blood. Look at the face of Jamie Clark. This is insane here.
And that barbed wire bat exposed into the stomach of Will Sheridan. And another. You can see the cuts forming in the chest. Please, God, let this be it. No, Will Sheridan refuses to say die, and Jamie Clark is eclectic.
And the crowd is chanting both these guys.
Oh,
and a 5-8-5!
Turns them inside out. And that's it. Jamie Clark finally puts away Will Sheridan. Holy fuck.
Unfucking believable. This is CPW Blades of Glory.
We saw so much violence. So much violence. And
Too much violence.
Hopefully for now, this will be the end of these two men and their war.
Wait a minute.
Jamie offering the hand. Will Sheridan accepts it. We are going into a new age of CPW. We'll see you next time for Season 2 of CPW. I've been Alexandra Shaw. He's been James Vandelf. Like and subscribe, goddammit, and we'll see you next time. Until then, we bid you a very farewell adieu. Good night, everybody.